Hi everyone, I'm back with another video, and to be honest, you need to stop what you're doing right now and get these patterns and sew this up. Like, I'm not even kidding, I'm so excited about this. So this is the baby Bloomsbury top, and I modified it with the free sleeves by Petite Stitchery. So I'll have a link to both patterns down below where you can purchase this and make this for yourself right now because it's seriously the cutest thing I've ever seen. These are high-low bell sleeves and they are so cute. Like, I just cannot get over it. Like, look at this. Imagine this on your baby, your toddler, your rep, whatever. It's gonna be so perfect for spring. And let's get right into it. So to start, here are all the pieces. I already have them cut out and everything, but I wanted to show you the paper piece in case you are wanting to see what it looks like all taped up. I'm doing a 3-year size today, and then here is the sleeve. For the sleeves, I actually had to figure out where to cut them, but all I did was I matched up this bottom piece with this corner piece right here, so I had to like makeshift a half sleeve. And then we have, oh wait, we have our neckband. I just use the binding measurement, but I do a neckband, so I take 1 inch off the binding measurement. And there's that. And then I'm using, like I mentioned earlier, the Petite Stitchery free sleeve add-on. And I have these not cut out the way that I'm going to cut them out yet. I wanted to show you all in case you've never cut out some circle sleeves. But basically, you lay your piece out, or you lay your fabric, and you make one fold, right? So let's say this is how you would normally fold your fabric, and then all you have to do is fold it over again. So that's why when you look at your pattern piece, it says fold here and fold here, and then you would do it like this. So now I'm going to show you how to cut it out to make it the high-low sleeve. Okay, so first off, my cutting mat always has been getting lots of love, but this is the rotary cutter that I use. And okay, so you already have your sleeve cut out like this, right? Don't cut out this middle circle right here, because what we're going to do is we're actually going to place both sleeves on top of one another. So they're just big circles, so just put them on top of one another. It doesn't have to be, what's it called, like right sides together or anything, just however you want to lay them on top of one another, and make sure that they are directly on top, meaning the circle, you know, is going all the way around, and they are the same size and everything. Okay, now we're going to fold them in half, except we are going to keep a little bit of space like this. This is what's going to create that high-low effect. So I usually just kind of eyeball it, but let me see if I can measure this out. 1, 2, 3. It's about 3.5 inches apart. And then what we're going to do is figure out if you like that length. You could do a less dramatic high-low, you know, if you want, but we're going for the big dramatic high-low. Okay, and then I'm just going to fold it in half again. Again, you want to make sure that everything is lining up nicely. And then we're going to take our sleeve and put it on top, and you're going to line it up here, and then over here it's not going to line up because we offset it, but that's okay. And then you're just going to cut out that middle circle. So I'm just going to lay it on top of the piece and just trim off that little piece. I could have used I used this mug as my paperweight, but it's even collected dust. That's kind of gross. Okay, anyways. So there, now we have our sleeves, and they're going to be high-low. So that is how easy that was. I don't know, to me it was easy. Hopefully it was easy to all of you. So now let's get to the sewing part. So I'm going to take my front and back pieces. You are going to need 2. They are exactly the same. And we are going to start by sewing up these shoulder seams. So we are going to sew it up right here and right here. That is the first step. If you're new, I like to just do a 1/4 seam allowance. 1/4 means that it's going to stitch 1/4 away from the fabric. And I'm going to use my serger But if you're using a sewing machine, please use a stretch stitch. This is rib knit. It's really stretchy, so you need a stitch that's going to stretch with the fabric. Normally I would do the lightning bolt stitch. It just literally looks like a little lightning bolt, but if you don't have that one, I would use a zigzag stitch or a triple straight stitch. Hopefully you have one of those. So here's what that looks like, and now I'm going to take my neckband. I actually cut this at 1.5 inches, and it's about, I want to say 7.5 inches. I forgot the measurement. But now we are going to attach our neckband. Now I've done a few videos on how to do the neckband, but I'm going to show you the perfect way to get the perfect neckband. So I'm going to first sew this down. So this is the raw edges together. I'm going to sew that down the exact same way that I did the shoulders. Again, sorry about my freaking cutting mat. I hate it. Okay, so now I'm going to quarter this neckband. So what quartering means is we're going to do our fractions and quarter this little neckband. I don't know if you consider it fractions, but I never know what to call it. So I'm going to take this is one of my points. I'm going to find the direct opposite of that and put a little pin on. If you're wondering, my daughter did my nails, but I only let her do one hand. Sometimes you gotta compromise. I was like, I don't even want my nails done, but she was really insistent. I was like, alright, just do one hand. Anyways, so now I'm going to place this pin with where the seam is at, and then do some pins on the sides. So now we have our 4 equal points. We've quartered this bad boy. Okay, I knew that was off. Somehow I shifted it, my bad. Okay, let me fix that real quick. Okay, so hopefully you can see that, but I have my 4 pins, and now we're going to do the exact same thing to the neck hole. Now luckily, since it's the same in the front and back, these are already the 2 points on the side, so we just need to find the center front and center back. Bam and bam. Now if you already know how to do neckbands, you can go ahead and skip this part, but I'm trying to show my newbies, the new homies, how to do this. Okay, so now all you do is put together, did you guys hear that? My knee cracked. Put together these points. So now I usually just take one off and then put the other one in. You know what I mean? Bam and bam. Sorry if I'm always going out of frame, like I can't see. I can't see what I'm filming sometimes. Okay, and there we go. And I just pricked myself. Go me. Okay. There's this part too. And now I'm going to tell you why we did this. It's because the neckband is always smaller than the neck hole. Have you guys ever heard that you can't fit a square into a circle like that? Hilary Duff song. You know that song, you're a real one. But basically, since the neckband is essentially, you know, just a rectangular thing, it's always smaller, so you're gonna have to stretch it as you sew. But don't worry, I'm gonna show you exactly how I do it right now. But yeah, let's get to it. Alright, hopefully this angle works out. I feel like my hands are gonna be in the way, but hopefully not too much. Okay. So I always like to start in the back. Hit it from the back, you know what I mean? Just kidding, sorry. So I'm so weird. Okay. So I like to start in the back and just, you know, about 1 inch before the middle part. I just like to place it under my foot, lift the needles a little bit. If you're on your Serger, if you're on your sewing machine, it's the exact same thing. So yeah. So then what I like to do is, since I don't want to forget to take off the pin, I take it off before and I place my finger where it was and I just start sewing. And then we're going to make sure that we're grabbing all 3 layers and lining them up, all 3 layers, and keep going. And I'm only stretching the neckband. You never want to stretch the actual neck hole. And again, I'm taking off my pins before I hit them because I've heard that can ruin your machine. You don't want that. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm just gonna finish this up real quick so y'all can see. And again, I'm stretching the neckband to meet where the neck hole is. And I'm not cutting anything off. I actually figured out, since I don't like to turn my knife on, I make the band 1.5 inches so that I don't have to cut anything off. And then when you're about to make it towards the front, what I like to do is just keep going for about 1 inch past that. So we're going to stop around here. Or if you are sewing in a neckband, this would be the perfect time to do it. This is actually for my daughter, so I don't really add neckbands to her items, but all you would do is fold it in half and pop it in underneath right here, and it'll just serge right on. Okay, and then to stop, normally I just push everything back, but you can even lift your presser foot and just serge right off. Bam! And I do like to secure these threads, so you'll notice that if you kind of pull it like this, these two get really long, and then you can just tie them off to make sure that your threads are really secure and nothing's gonna start coming out. I mean, Serger stitches in general are pretty strong, but just in case, you know, just in case. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the sleeves, the best part. So now I have my shirt and it's all opened up because I want to show you guys these, I know the name for them, but I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like arm skeet, I don't know. So I like to attach my sleeves flat. So again, we're gonna go with some beginner tips. You can pin it in the middle, and then you're going to pin it right directly on the shoulder seam, just like this. Wait, I don't think I got, okay, just like that. And then I like to, when I start sewing, is just hold it here, but again, you can add another clip here. You can add as many clips as you want, but don't worry because the sleeve will fit directly in there. Did you see that? So nice. So yeah, you can do the same with the other sleeve, but don't worry. All you need to do is just adjust as you go, and it fits right in. So I'm going to show you how to do this sleeve, and then I'll do the other one and come back. Alright, so as I mentioned, you can have as many pins as you want, but I'm just going to go ahead and grab both starting points. And I like to put those directly under my foot, just to make sure that it, you know, it's a nice start. And it also helps when nothing is really like shifting. And I go for it, and again, it just lays right in there. Like, this pattern was made perfectly. You see how everything's just lining up as I go? Again, take off your pins, don't forget it. And then you, for this part, I just start bringing my sleeve over to meet the armhole. Again, I know the name for it, but I forget. And then we're almost done. So there you go. I'm gonna do the other sleeve off camera. All I'm going to do is place everything right sides together. Ooh. All right, just like this. And then I'm going to sew up the body and down the sleeve. So of course you want to make sure that everything's lining up. You could even add a pin in the most important spot, which is right here where the seams meet up, but I'm not going to. And again, you just sew all the way up. And I'm not actually going to show this part, but if you're a beginner, the only thing I can think of that you might struggle with is how to straighten this out once you're sewing it. But you literally just go, and then you can shift your fabric up so that it stays a straight line. So you don't have to, like, you know, make it all weird. You just literally just shift your sleeve up and you can keep sewing. Here is the shirt so far. I'm actually really excited for this. Oh, okay. So Next, we're going to move on to the sleeves, and here's what we're going to do. So, let me put this out of the way. We have our 2 sleeves, and I'm actually going to fold them up and then fold each individual one in half like this. So there's one. I'm going to keep it like that, and then get the other one, do the same thing with it. Oops, I kind of lost the middle of this one. My bad. Okay, there it is. I'm pretty sure. Wait, no. So don't be like me and mess it up. What the heck? Okay, there, I got it. Sorry, it was like being weird. Okay, so now we have our 2 sleeves, and we are actually going to turn our shirt right side out. So I don't know about you, but I like to attach circle sleeves right side out. So now our shirt is right side out, and I'm going to grab what's it called, just one of the sleeves. Now I made you fold it like this just so you can keep it how it's going to look, but now I'm realizing that you don't need to do that. So I'm actually going to make it so the smaller side of the sleeve is facing this way, and I'm going to place this in between the circle and fold it on top. And now if you want to make this, I guess, easier on yourself, you could do a little pin here and a little pin here, or clips, whatever. I don't know why I went back to pins. Oh yeah, it's because I lost all my clips. And then you can clip it to the side here and to this point here. But I'm just gonna, oh, I guess I'll do it. I was gonna say I'm just gonna wing it, but so then I'm going to, like I mentioned, attach it here. You really want the middle to be with the middle, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like the middle of a circle, so that the high-low effect is even around the whole sleeve. I hope that makes sense. Let me just try and find my pin real quick. Okay. So now the sleeve is pinned in. It should fit right in, even though the patterns are from 2 different companies. And then you can kind of see what it's going to look like when you attach it. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I literally just decided to wing this video. Like, I'm literally winging it as I go. So that's why I'm like weirdly excited with how it's looking, because it's looking real good. So now I'm just going to attach it. We're going to do the exact same way that we did our neckband. And just sew as we go, and I'll come back with both sleeves done. Are you kidding me? Sorry about the fuzz. This is so pretty. Oh my gosh, I'm dying. Okay, so all I'm going to do next is hem the bottom of the shirt. Now what I like to do is use my cover stitch. I have a video on my cover stitch and how I use it to hem, you know, tips and tricks for beginners, everything like that. But if you don't have a cover stitch, all you really need to do is hem it. You can hem it with your sewing machine. You can hem it with a serger. There's a really cool video on YouTube. It's called Easy Way to Hem with Your Serger. Literally, that's it. You can hem with your serger. You can hem, you could even just serge all the way around, whatever you want to do. But I'm going to hem it with my cover stitch, and then that'll be it. So that is it for this video. I hemmed the bottom. If you ever wanted a sign that you need a cover stitch, this is your sign. I actually got mine at Ken's Sewing Center. So that is it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye!